Hey guys, the Gadget Man here with nothing but gadgets, and today we're coming back at you with another trail camera review, this time for the CEYOMUR CY50 trail camera. So 3, 2, 1, let's get at it. Alright guys, so this camera was sent to me by the CEYOMUR company for free to do this review, so that's what I'm going to do. The first thing we're going to do is break this baby out of the box. Okay guys, so this is what it comes with out of the box. The camera, a hardware mounting bracket, a mounting strap, a USB data cable, and an instruction manual. Let's take a look at the camera. Of all case designs, this design here is my favorite, and let me explain why. Okay, first of all, one latch to deal with, and it's a big latch. It's pretty heavy duty plastic. It doesn't feel chintzy that it will break, and you're open up. Okay, so you might, if you're not familiar with trail cameras, very few trail cameras are designed with this design. Most trail cameras are designed like this one. They have two small latches on the side. Okay, and so there's a little bit more work in it, and then it opens up like this. Now, the thing in the field, if you have this attached, let's say in my case, I had it attached to a tree and I was facing towards the feeder. When you open this door up and you turn this on, put it into setting, okay, it shows you, or it's pointing upwards towards my studio lamp, but you can see what the camera is pointing at because the door opens up. So you can actually aim it where you can basically frame your photo without moving. On this design right here, 9 out of 10 cameras are designed like this, so that when you open it up, it flips away. You have the screen, but the camera is pointing the opposite direction because this is the base. So this is a much more efficient design, a better design, because you can actually frame your shot by looking at the screen, and because it doesn't flip away like this one does and point the camera in this one, you basically got to hope you hit the right spot, or you got to take a picture and then open it up and review the picture and see if you've got it aimed right. It's not a huge issue, but this is one reason I prefer this design. Okay, what are the other differences? This one has a side-mounted full-size SD card. Okay. Whereas this one right here, I would say 8 out of 10 trail cameras are designed with a bottom-mounted micro SD card. It makes it difficult to get in the field. This is what it looks like in the field. And you're normally putting your cameras down low where the animals are, not high. So you got to get down on your knees, and then you're putting, and the card will fall out the bottom, and they're spring-loaded. And it's not, more than once I've had that card shoot out into 6 inches of grass, and it's little bitty tiny micro SD, and sometimes I've lost micro SDs. So it's a real pain to get that out. Whereas on the side, you're just facing right here, you push in, it comes out, and so that is a much better design. Now, the third thing that I like about this design over this design right here is where the batteries go. On this one right here, the batteries go right here, and you got to put your finger in and pull this out, and then you have your batteries in there like that. On this one right here, let me go ahead and turn it off. Okay, right here, the batteries are in a carriage on the bottom here. You can load it out here where it's easy to load. You don't have to work inside there, and then you stick it back in, and boom, you're done. Okay, so the flip away door where the camera points, the screen shows where the camera's pointing, the side-mounted full-size SD card, and the battery carriage instead of a built-in battery door, and the back on the mounting of the base. All these are my preferred designs, and so for a budget camera, this has one of the best designs you can get on the market. I'm not saying the camera can compare. This is a $70 camera, and it is superior in some areas than this camera right here, but the design of this one is far superior to this design, and this is the normal design of the majority of cameras that you'll find on the market. So far, I am really loving this camera. The design of it has really impressed me. There's not a whole lot of cameras on the market that I've tested that are like this, so it's doing good right out of the box as far as design-wise. Now, I have to put this baby out in the field to test it out, and I'm going to leave it out there for a few weeks and let it get images and videos and do a whole bunch of testing on it, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you everything that I found, give you all the specifications and how it performed, and show you the live video and image samples of testing. Hopefully it's going to do good. I'm in love with the design. Hopefully I will love the performance as well. Alright guys, so I'm back with the CEYOMUR CY50 trail camera. I do have some samples and videos to show you. That's going to come later in this review. If that's all you're really interested in, look down in the bottom bar under the play bar on YouTube and look at the chapter list that I have down there, and you can jump forward just to where the samples are if that's what you want to see. Okay, let's talk about the camera and how it did in this test. First thing I want to talk about is the price of this camera. This is effectively the cheapest camera or lowest cost camera that I have ever reviewed. Right now it's running $39.99 on Amazon.com with a $15 discount coupon, making it a $25 camera. So that is a very low cost, and as I do the reviews, I want you to keep that in mind, that we're talking about a budget camera. I review a lot of cameras that are over $100, and it was difficult for me not to keep comparing this camera to those, okay? And I will draw some comparisons there throughout the review, but I want you to keep in mind, but this is basically a $25 camera, not a $150 camera, or even a mid-grade, $70 camera, okay? So, let's talk about the test and the results of the test. So, the test parameters was, I had it set to take one picture and one video every 10 minutes or on a PIR interval of 10 minutes, okay? I put brand new batteries in. All the batteries went in with a voltage of 1.61 volts, and it was in the field for a full 22 days, so 3 weeks and 1 day, okay? So, after 21 days, they pulled it out of the field, and it had a total of 680 files on it. That's a total images of 340 and a total videos of 340. The total data size written on the card was 10.4 gigabytes. The average image size was 1.4 megabytes. The average video size per second of video was 3 megabytes. And the ending voltage on the batteries was 1.47 volts. Okay? So let's talk about those results real quick. Everything seems pretty standard on it, pretty good. I had it set to take one picture and one video, and it exactly had 340 pictures and 340 videos, so that part of the software worked really good. I've seen some cameras that kind of fail in that area, so that was perfect right there. The image size of 1.4 megabytes is pretty industry standard for an HD camera. 20 megapixels. I'll see them for anywhere from 1 megabyte all the way up to 2 megabytes, or maybe even 2.5 megabytes. But the standard image size is about 1.5 megabytes, so this is 1.4. That's pretty much industry standard. Okay? Video size is a different story. Most HD cameras that shoot in 1080p have a per second video size of about 1 megabyte, and I've seen some up to almost 2 megabytes. Okay, but I've never seen an HD camera have a higher megabyte per second than 2 megabytes. And this one has a 3 megabyte. That's approaching the size of a trail camera that shoots in 4K video. Okay, so that's pretty high in the megabytes, and so it's not really efficient usage of storage. We will talk about quality later in the samples once we get there, and I'll have some more to say about that when we get to that section. Okay, the ending voltage was 1.47 volts. 22 days and 680 files and 10 gigabytes of data written for just about 1/10 of a volt. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. That's not bad battery usage. I've seen a little more efficient, and I've seen a lot worse. So for a $25 camera, I would say that's pretty good. All right, so let's talk about some areas that need improvement. This camera is a budget camera, okay, so give it a break in the sense that you can own it for 25 bucks, and it does have a great design, but it had a difficulty determining what was tree and bush movement and animal movement. And so I got a lot of false positives, essentially false activations, when there was no real animals or living things in the image, just trees and grass moving. Actually, I believe that it's a firmware issue, and that probably could be improved with a firmware update. So if this company plans to be around for a while, they may release a firmware update which may address these issues. If they watch this video and that stuff, then maybe they might try to address the issue. Alright, so let's do some samples here. So first I'm going to throw up some images. This one's going to be a couple of nighttime images here. And then now we're going to do some low light images. And here are some bright day images. Alright, so now I'm going to do video samples, and here are two nighttime videos. Two low light videos. And two bright day videos. Okay, so there you can see the quality of the images and the videos. My take on both, I've seen better, you know, in cameras that are, say, $50, $60 to $70. I've seen better, but I've also seen $70 cameras that had worse image quality and videos than these. Okay, so for the price of this camera, which right now with that coupon you can have for 25 bucks, I would say that it would be, I would consider it mid-grade quality trail camera video. Now, trail cameras are not $2,000 DSLR quality, you know, high dollar. None of them. Now, I don't care if you pay $250 for a trail camera, you're not getting super high quality video at anyone. I have not tested one that has really super high quality video. Your smartphone, your Galaxy or iPhone is going to take higher quality video than any trail camera on the market. But we're not talking about whether it's the, you know, something you could show on National Geographic here. Can you tell what's in the image with the clarity enough to be useful to you? And yes, obviously, even though it's not the highest quality, for 25 bucks, this is a great camera you can put out there and you can see what's coming to your feeders. One thing is, these are, just a mention here, these are not the no glow lights. This one does have some glow. You can see the light, the IR lights glow at dark. And this, it didn't seem to bother my animals, but then again, I'm always running camera tests and my animals are pretty desensitized to infrared light, whether no glow or this. But I have cameras like this one right here. It is just like this one right here. And this is one of the best cameras I have. And I've set it out places. And it also is a $70 camera. And it also has it doesn't have the no glows. You can see the lights, and they do glow at night. And I've never had trouble getting great footage out of this camera. So, you know, the no glows tend to actually, most cameras that have the no glow produce really bad nighttime footage because they're so dark that it's not getting a lot of light there, and it's very grainy and it's hard to tell what's there. So it's kind of a trade-off. If you want the no glows, you're generally trading nighttime image and video quality for less light. There are some animals that are more sensitive to the types of infrared lights that you can actually see when they glow a little bit. You can't see the actual light, but you can, if you look right at these, you can actually see them glowing. But not all animals are bothered by that. So it just depends. And again, we're talking about a $25 camera, not a $150 camera. Okay? Well, that's about all I've got to say about it. My final thoughts on this is that it is a low-cost budget camera that works and has a great case design, my preferred case design. It needs a little firmware update to maybe fix the detection ratio and maybe improve on the video data storage size. But it does work decent for its price. And if you're a person that has low budget, need a trail camera, and don't have a lot of money to spend, it definitely is something that is affordable and that you can use. Design great, and all I would do is do a little extra work, save money on the camera, do a little extra work cleaning out the area in front of the camera so that nothing's setting the camera off, and there you go. You've got a camera that'll do the job for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, and comment. I will throw a link to this in the description of the video if you're interested in it. And until next time, this is the Gadget Man saying, I'll see you later.